thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. I hope y'all didn't think that we wasn't going to be here because we are here. I promised y'all I would be here, and I meant to deliver on that promise. I know I'm late, but this was my late day. This was my late day at work. But I wanted to make sure that we got this in, even if it's just for a few minutes. But we got a little hot thing to talk about tonight. Tonight on the Daily Go Get Optimism show, we are talking about getting you to believe that it's going to happen. Believing that it's going to happen. We're basically talking about your optimism. What placement is your optimism these days? Are you still very hopeful, very optimistic, almost sure that the things that you've wanted to happen for you in your life, for someone else, or whatever, are you sure that that those things are going to happen? Do you have total confidence that those things are going to work out in your favor? It's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy placement to have. But, during our lives, we go through all kinds of trials and tribulations. Sometimes things happen to us in a good way, but by surprise. And there are plenty of times when we make the best laid plans, and somehow those plans fall by the wayside, and they just don't work out the way that we want them to work out. And they can turn us all into pessimists. They can turn us all into skeptics. They can turn us all into cynics. And you may look at it like it's sad when it happens to somebody else, but when it happens to you, you may look at it like, well, it's just a regular thing. These are the things that we just have to go through in life. It's not going to be a situation where you always are going to get the things that you want, where you're always going to be able to make it happen, where it's always going to go your way, where it's always going to turn out in your favor. Sometimes it's just like that. But let's talk for a few minutes, and we only going to be here for a few minutes. We ain't going to be here no long time tonight. I guarantee you we ain't going to be here no long time tonight. But I wanted to ask y'all, what level is your optimism right now? Have you been through a lot of things that have made you think like, listen, I've already given up on being rich. All right, I'm not going to be rich. Okay. I was even thinking about moving down south or whatever. I don't think that's going to happen. I ain't moving down south. Or I'm going to fall deeply in love one day and be swept off my feet, or have my nose so wide open that you'd be able to stuff the whole kilo of Coke up there with the packaging on it. Okay, maybe I won't experience that kind of love. When you get to the point where you stop believing in your dreams, believing in the possibilities, believing that things can happen in a good way for you, it's not a favorable position to be in, but it's a situation and a position that we have to deal with in each and every one of our lives. Oh, kitty cat, what you doing? What you doing, kitty cat? Yeah. It's one of those things that we have to deal with. From the time that we were young, that's when our belief system and the possibilities of things start to become developed. So if we were raised in a religious household, more than likely, we believe that all of the possibilities of what good things could come to us were born out of religion. So we believe that God would make this thing happen. God will dig us out of all of our troubles. God will take care of all of our problems. God will make a way. God will save us. God will rescue us. God will take care of it. God will make it right. And it's not a bad thing to believe, because, when you wholeheartedly and deeply believe in something, it's easy to go out and work for it and have it manifested. When you don't have any way to believe in anything because everybody or anybody has lied to you, set the standard and always came up short, never delivered on the promises that they made, never came through when they were supposed to, missed all of their cues, no matter no matter what happened or how well it went in the rehearsal. It can start to really bring you down. So as you become a full-fledged, full-grown adult, how do we deal? How do we deal with disappointment and trying to believe in the things that are going to happen for us? How do we do it? How do we do it? How do we stay on the good path of optimism? Because it's not easy. It's not easy. If you have parents that lied to you, made promises that they didn't deliver, or taught you in some type of way that you should let go of all your dreams, your aspirations, because those dreams and aspirations weren't rooted in reality. They weren't rooted in reality. I think we should take a little look at the word reality or the concept of reality. Because in the hip hop era, thanks to our West Coast rappers, we started to look at reality and everything that's real as something that was negative, something that was violent, something that was contrary to living good, feeling good, doing good, and having good. You know, I don't accept that as a reality. I think reality is anything that you conceive, and anything that you can believe, because it's not that easy to believe in things these days. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir for a lot of y'all, but it's not. It's not that easy to believe in things these days. There's disappointment all around us, all around us. If you thought that you were going to meet somebody, fall in love with them, get married, have children, build families, and everything would be okay. Y'all would support each other and all of that, and maybe you had kids before you got married. Maybe you never really had the type of relationship with the children. I mean, with the father or mother of your children that you would have liked to have had. It definitely wasn't the way that you sketched it up in your mind movies. It wasn't that way. It didn't turn out that way. And if you've gone from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend, or boyfriend to boyfriend to boyfriend to boyfriend, and you've never gotten what you wanted, you've always given, or it seemed like the scales were always balanced. You were always in need, and they were always having their needs satisfied. You were always in need, and they were always getting their needs satisfied. You can start to believe that you will never meet anybody who cares about what you want. So you may feel like you're going to spend the rest of your relationship future being a service person to somebody else's needs, somebody else's wants, somebody else's desires, somebody else's satisfaction, and never yours. And it's not hard to fall into that stinking thinking. It's not. It is not that hard to fall into that stinking thinking. Peace, peace and tranquility, and lots of love to those who will not allow themselves to fall into the trap of negative thinking. But when we start talking about what you believe is going to happen, or believing that it's going to happen, people who play the lottery every day, they believe that they're going to hit that number. They believe that they're going to hit. The probabilities of them hitting, if they play the same number, it's definitely far from impossible. That number will come out one day. You just got to make sure that you keep playing in order to get it. So people who play the lottery understand that there's a risk involved, but it's a risk worth taking, and it can be very lucrative if you finally hit it. Cool. People who play the lottery and things like that, they tend not to be so easily disappointed as other people. Other people who don't gamble, who don't put their money on the line, who don't spend frivolously, they struggle. Did you say meow? Y'all hear that? What's up? If you jump up here, that's cool, but don't scratch my leg. That's all I ask. I'm glad she came. I'm glad she came here. Because when we're talking about believing that it's going to happen, one thing I love about studying animals and being around animals is that they never lose their optimism. They never lose it. Somebody with human beings, somebody can do something consistently with us, and then we think that it's going to run out one day, and a lot of times it really does. And once things stop being the way that we have gotten used to them as human beings, we stop believing. First of all, we don't believe that things can change or people can change. Even when we say that we believe it, we don't evidently we don't believe in the people that we know that can really do it. And that doesn't apply to all of us. Don't get me wrong, but it applies to a whole lot of us. So that's something that we have to deal with. And when you're around animals, you see that animals will take the one time or the two times that you fed them or gave them a treat or did something that they like. And time after time after time after time, they will show you that they believe that you will do it again. They will not stop believing that you will do it again because they saw you do it once, they saw you do it twice, they liked it, they want it. There's no ego. There's no ego, there's no tragic or catastrophic disappointment. You didn't feed them this day or you didn't give them a treat this day. Okay. They'll be back the next day and 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 the next day because they know that one day it will happen. So they're not going to leave it all on the line of disappointment when they don't get their way. If we could be even 1/8 of like that, our lives would probably be a lot more positive. It's not that easy to stay positive out here in these days. Ever since the pandemic, the high prices on everything, the prices on everything has increased. What did I see yesterday? I saw something that was so cheap before, so economical before. And I'm like, oh, now it's really expensive. And ain't nobody doing nothing about it. What was it? What did I see? I know I was in the grocery store. I was in the supermarket. What was it? And I was like, oh, this shit. Was it some meat? It wasn't steak. It wasn't chicken. It wasn't fish. What was it? Because I remember thinking to myself, like, dang, it's so unaffordable now. What up, Emily Dunlap in the house? I said it, Emily. But my point is, even though I can't remember exactly what it was that I had my eye on, that I was thinking like, yo, I wouldn't pay that much for that. Because things are so much higher now after COVID, even though many of us may not be making any extra money, we may be making the same money, but the expenses are so much higher. And those things can really get you down. You know what I fear? What it's hard for me to believe will get itself back on the right track and regulate itself and be affordable again? Gas prices. I'm not sure if I believe that gas will ever go down under $3 a gallon again. It ain't looking good. It is not looking good. This is not the pandemic anymore. We are pretty much far enough removed from that to whereas we have to stop using that as an excuse for not getting deliveries or for prices being high and all of that, because they really milked that narrative during the COVID era. Well, we're past that now. Why are the prices of everything still the same? Why is the prices of everything still the rising high price that it is? So yeah, I don't believe that gas is going to go below $3 a gallon again. What do y'all think? Do you believe that gas is going to go down and be affordable again? Even though $2 and something for a gallon of gas is still a lot when you consider what a big jump it took. But yeah, I just don't believe that gas prices are going to go down again. Do y'all think so? Do you have optimism that, oh yeah, we've gone through other times where gas was high for a good while and then it went down after this happened or that happened or blah, blah, blah. Maybe after the 2024 election or blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Maybe when Donald Trump goes back until Donald Trump goes back. Donald, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Not believing that something that we can't control like gas prices are ever going to be back to an affordable level is one thing. But when you stop believing in your fellow man, your moms, your dads, your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your friends, when you get to the point where you stop to believe that they can either improve themselves or improve other lives of people who are around them, then that's when we're in a murky, dirty, nasty, stinking place. And we want to stay out of those places. Yes or no? Because, if you really want to be negative, what they say, misery loves company, and it does. But guess what? Confidence and love, they love the party. We're going to get a party on. So what's the last thing that you stopped believing in? And what's the reason? And what would it take to make you believe again? What would it take to get you back to where you can start letting your energy manifest the things for you that you want? Because this is often bigger than just asking for something or wanting something. Now we're talking about a situation where it starts to affect more than just a person. It starts to spread to the people around them. And it just creates this greenhouse effect of bad energy. And maybe I'm going too far with that. Maybe. But I just listen. I'm definitely one to show my disappointment and to try not to repeat any disappointing moves that I may have made before. But when I think about that, the same way I may have stopped believing in something or someone, the same could be said about me. Or we stopped believing in you because I don't know, we had a religious discussion the other day, and maybe my point of view wasn't appreciated by those who really get into it on a spiritual level. I don't know. What do we still believe in? Believing that it's going to happen. But I believe that I'm going to get married. I believe that I will find love. I believe that I will have more for my children than I have for myself. I believe that I will have a career. I won't go to work every day and not cheer. I don't know. I believe that happiness is right over the horizon. and we're almost there, and we can get there. And not only that, when we get there, we can stay there. We can be there for a good while. It don't take a whole lot. And it shouldn't take a lot to avoid perpetual disappointment to the point where your optimism takes a total big hit and is never the same again. Have the people that have disappointed us affected us to the point where we don't believe anymore? Whether it's our believing in ourselves, believing in anybody else, or anything else. What y'all think? I tell you what, I think we should get to the birthday shout outs. Like I said, I wasn't going to be here late, man. Listen, it's already after midnight. Let me let y'all go. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 15th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and make it them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Linda Janine Bell. Happy birthday to you. And Tammy Riley Reynolds. Happy birthday to you. And Bessie Mason. Happy birthday to you. And Miss Miller No Pressure, turning 42 years old today. And Verdell Goodman, turning 59 years old today. And Nicola McIntyre, no relation, but what up, cuz? Happy birthday to you, turning 51 years old today. And also Marva Stevenson, happy birthday to you. And Ebony Hicks, go get her, Ebony Hicks. Detroit Stand Up, happy birthday to you. And also Onika Brown, turning 37 years old today. And comedian Pretty Smiles, turning 43 years old today. And Kim Branch, turning 49 years old today. And my man Stacksnificent, also a comedian. Happy birthday to you, my brother. And he's the last but not least. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious November 15th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, yeah, man. Don't let people shatter your belief system. Disappointment, heartache, heartbreak, letdown, false promises, broken promises. All of these things can work on your ability to believe that something good is ever going to come to you or be of you. Know that there's always going to be some greatness that is associated with you. You know, don't let people bring you down, and don't let people who are not even in that space that you share with your success and your desires, make sure that you don't let them coach you in ways that will destroy your positivity. We ain't got to do it. You know, it feels good to be healthy. Everybody should experience what it's like to be in your full-fledged good health. But we got to get there. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow with another Daily Go Getimism show, and it'll definitely be earlier than this one. But I want to thank y'all for coming through. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the show, and share. All right, y'all. So, y'all have a great night. Hump day is over. Throwback Thursday, let's get real about relationships Thursday is back in effect. One love, baby. Peace.